Hello, guys. I am Brooke Boone, and this is Real Estate 101 with Brooke Boone. I am so happy that you guys decided to tune in. Please don't forget to join us, ladies, Brunch with Brooke, September the 24th at the FedEx Event Center. We will kick off at noon. So I have a very, very, very special guest with me today. Her name is Janika. Hi, Janika.
Hello, Brooke. How are you?
I am wonderful, and I am so glad that you decided to join me. You look beautiful.
Thank you for having me.
In your pink.
Thank you. You do as well.
Thank you. And so, Janika, tell us, who are you and what do you do?
So, I'm born and raised here in Memphis, Tennessee. And I practice law. I've been practicing law for the past 13 years in federal and state court in the areas of criminal and civil law.
Okay, wonderful. And a little bit of information, you guys. I met Janika at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga some years ago. That is both of our alma maters.
It is.
For undergrad. And Janika is also my soror. We are both members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Yes.
And we both crossed at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, Zeta Kappa chapter. And so I am so humbly appreciative that you decided to do this interview.
Absolutely. When you call, people answer.
Well, that's beginning to happen, but
absolutely.
Let's get into it. You are running for city council.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like for you to tell us about the district that you're running for, and tell us what does that include.
So Super District 8 is the western part of Memphis. And so a lot of people don't know that the city of Memphis is split up into 7 single districts.
Okay.
And so with those 7 single districts, we have 2 super districts, Super District 8, Super District 9. And that's basically splitting the city in half.
Okay.
And so my area, which is Super District 8, includes North Memphis, Frazier, a little bit of Raleigh, Midtown, Orange Mound, Glenview, Downtown, Harbortown, South Memphis, Westwood, Whitehaven, Alcee Ball Road, Airport area, Parkway Village, and then it goes over to Hickory Hill.
Okay.
So it's about 300,000 Memphians as a part of the super district.
Okay.
And it's really important for people to know that when they go and vote, you'll be voting for one single district representative.
Okay.
Or you'll be voting for 3 super district representatives. So for instance, in Super District 8, there's Super District 8 Position 1, Super District 8 Position 2, Super District 8 Position 3.
And you are running for
Super District 8 Position 2.
Okay. And so District 2, tell us, what is the difference between the super districts 1, 2, and 3? Or is
it's all the same. Super District 8 and then Super District 9. But because it is so many people in several districts in one, they call it a super district, you get 3 representatives. So a lot of people think they have a council person, but you actually have 4.
Okay.
You have your 1 council person from your single district, and you have 3 representatives from your super district.
Okay.
So 8-1, 8-2, 8-3 is all the same Super District 8, but it's just Position 1, Position 2, Position 3, because you're picking 3 people.
Okay. Thank you for breaking that down, because, I'm learning a little bit more about politics, and I know that there's a lot of people that I know. We're all learning this together, and so thank you for breaking that down for us. We have heard so many things about crime in the city of Memphis. That's been, on everybody's agenda about how to decrease the crime. A lot of cars are getting stolen, broken into. The other night, it was shooting at the FedEx Forum. We're having all of these things happen in Memphis. And so will you talk a little bit about your agenda, what your plans are for the district?
Well, it will not only be just for the district, but in terms of our city.
Right.
One thing that a lot of people don't realize, and I kind of have an inside view because I've been practicing law. Specifically, I've been practicing criminal law in state and in federal court. So as it pertains to crime, I'm able to kind of have that inside view. And one thing that people don't realize is that our issues with crime it's not going to be some singular one thing happens. It's going to require a collaborative effort of not only our new mayor, our district attorney. It's going to require the U.S. attorney, for all of us to communicate better, to be more transparent in what we're doing, because we hear people say 201 is a revolving door. And a lot of times I disagree with the statement, but as of late, I agree with it. We have a lot of violent crimes that are going unsolved right now. We have a lot of violent crimes that are being dismissed for lack of prosecution because witnesses are not showing up. Mm-hmm. And so the other part of that is we have to acknowledge the long-term disinvestment that has happened in our children in terms of education and the services we have for children, and the activities that children are provided in our neighborhoods. We also have to acknowledge the disinvestment in neighborhoods in general, no community centers, the blight we see, the trash. All of these things are contributors to crime. And so we have to also understand that solutions cost money, but you want people in power, you want leaders who are aware of the issues, but who are able to come to the table, come together, collaborate, communicate on a consistent basis, and say, these are the changes we need to make. And that's why I'm skeptical of any person that comes up and says, I have the solution to crime. Right. Because there's not a one solution. And the issues are multi-layered, multifaceted, and it's all interrelated and interconnected. And so my issue with where we've been so far is that we've been in such a struck position of, oh my gosh, the crime, that we've really done nothing. And my thought is, and people are fearful to do something because they say, well, that's probably not going to be the right thing, or I don't want to do the wrong thing, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to be responsible for it. But what I've learned is that let's try something, and by the time we've tried it, we can tweak it, and we can say that worked, that didn't. Let's talk to other places and see what has worked. Let's do things, and then by the time here we make a decision, we could have tweaked it 10 times.
Right. Putting something into motion instead of just talking about it.
And being intentional. We hear about, we had a crime summit. Well, great. We all know about the crime. What are the solutions? And not only what are the solutions, what are we doing to be intentional about those solutions? What are we doing to actually be consistent and have continuity in the execution of these solutions? And that's not just with crime. That's with anything we're going to do.
Yes. So what do you think, Janika, sets you apart from other candidates, or from the other candidates?
So the other candidates in my race, one thing that sets me apart is just what I just said, my experience, my background. I am a Memphian to my core. I love this city, born and raised here. This is where my family is. But in addition to that, I'm a lawyer. I've been practicing law for 13 years. The city council is a law-making body. And in order for us to come up with solutions, we need someone who understands how these systems work. Right. We can talk all day about how broken the system is and how it doesn't work and how it's not serving us. But you don't need another mouthpiece to get on the city council and say what's broken. Right. You need someone who not only has the experience, but the ability to work well with others to be able to create solutions and get people to buy into those solutions.
Absolutely.
And that's what I know that I can bring to the city council. And that's what separates me from
the other candidates. Very good answer. And I could tell you really put your heart into that answer. So very good answer. You just mentioned that you love the city of Memphis. I know that you come from a very well-known family in the African-American community. Talk a little bit about that and tell us, what is it that you love about the city of Memphis?
The people, the culture, what makes us. I came from...
We are different.
We are very different. We're very different. But I believe over time we've allowed people to make our differences be a bad thing or a negative thing that we hide. But we're different in a way that people copy us all the time.
All the time.
People copy us and take our stuff all the time. But some kind of way we have become... we've lost our pride in the city and saying we're from here like it's a bad thing. No, we're awesome. When it comes to style, when it comes to lingo, when it comes to music, when it comes to we are trendsetters here.
Absolutely, because if I go anywhere, and I try, my daughter says I use my professional voice, but when I go to other states and I visit, they'll say, you're from Memphis. And I'm like, what? How did you know that I was from Memphis?
That little country twang.
I know, it's so funny.
We have it.
We all have it. But you made some really great points about the city and some things that you really love. I mean, we have a very strong culture in Memphis. And unfortunately, what's going on right now, we're getting a bad rap. Like, we're all over social media, all over the news. When the stuff happened at the FedEx Forum the other night, it got like national media attention. And so we do need to put people in office, like you said, that are not going to just talk about solutions, but they are actually going to put some solutions together. So that's all very good information. Talk about voting dates. I know that the voting dates are coming up. We're almost to voting.
Early voting.
Early voting. So talk about that.
Early voting starts this Friday, September 15th.
Okay.
And early voting will go on from September 15th to September 30th. And the actual election day is October 5th. I always encourage people to early vote, because when you early vote, you can vote at any location. So you don't have to go to your assigned voting poll.
Okay.
You can vote at any location. And, you know, and it's usually not a line or a wait. It's really easy. You know, you can get in and get out versus waiting to election day.
Okay, awesome. So if someone was to have a problem, like they went to vote and then they had a problem, what do they need to do?
So contact the Election Commission, and once we get, well, actually, for my campaign, Janika White, you can check Janika White now on social media, and also JanikaWhite.com. We'll have a line to be able to reach us directly at headquarters when voting starts, so that people can call and say, hey, I had this issue. Because a lot of times, even though we tell people to contact the Election Commission or this place, we all know that sometimes entities are a little difficult to get in contact with.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we provide people a line that we know someone is going to answer and is going to help them get their issue addressed.
And where can, if someone wanted to donate to your campaign, where can they go to donate to your campaign?
If anyone wants to find out more information about me, my platform, or donate, or even volunteer, and that's what I tell people. Everybody doesn't have money, but you don't have money, have some time for me.
Absolutely.
You go to JanikaWhite.com.
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 Okay.
And everything is on the website.
Okay, so I want to switch gears a little bit. I know we got a lot of the serious talk out of the way, but I really want my viewers, you're such a spectacular, amazing Black woman, and I want them to know some other things about you. We know that you're running for this office, but tell us something about you. Tell us, what do you like to do for fun, Janika?
That's changed over the last couple of years, but I love spending time with my family. I have a big, huge family, and we have a lot of fun together. Kind of for my stress relievers, I exercise. I enjoy exercise, and I go to Trap Fitness. Shout out Trap Fitness.
Okay, Trap Fitness. Yeah. Where is that at?
On Cumberland, right off of Broad Street.
Okay.
I love it. Oh my gosh, it's my whole. I love Trap Fitness.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, Alton is wonderful. I play tennis.
Okay.
I play tennis. Just started going actually to the newly opened or reopened Bellevue Tennis Center.
Okay.
Which is right at Bellevue and Parkway. Started taking some golf lessons.
Okay, interesting. Women are really getting into golf. Yeah. Women are really getting into golf.
I started taking some golf lessons to expand it a little bit. And traveling, of course, I just hadn't had a lot of time to do that recently. But that's something I love to do.
Okay, great. Let me ask you this, because I feel like I haven't had you here long enough with me. I know you're on a time crunch.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good.
But I do have a couple of more questions that I wanted to ask you.
Go for it.
One being, I've seen you out in the community, and I don't want us to end without you speaking about some of the things. I know that this past weekend, I believe, what was going on this past weekend in Orange Mound? Was it Orange Mound that it was?
So oh my gosh, we had so many events this past weekend.
Tell us about some of your events that you've been doing.
So I've been participating in a lot of different candidate forums. Of course, we've had fundraisers for the campaign.
Okay.
I always make an effort to attend any event. I really do try to. If people invite me, I want to come out, because one of the things that I believe is truly going to be important and what I hope to change in city council is that you see people a lot when it's election time, and that's what I hear. We see you, well, we're not going to see you anymore after we elect you.
Right.
And I want to make sure that I change that narrative, because it is important that we really do have all voices at the table to make changes.
Absolutely.
You know, when I was running for DA and people thought I was crazy, they're like, well, who's going to be on your cabinet? And I told them all the people, the stakeholders, the nonprofits that's doing the work, the pastors, the faith-based community, all that's important. And people talk about that, and that's admirable. But where I shocked the heck out of people was when I said, I'm going to find me a few ex-felons. I'm going to find me a few people that's in the streets right now.
Right.
And that shocks people. But the fact of the matter is, you can't fix things that you don't understand.
Or that you don't know about.
You don't know
Absolutely.
about. You have to have an understanding in order to be able to create a solution. And so that's where we fall short. We try to create solutions for people when we don't actually engage the people to say, hey, what's wrong and why is it wrong? But we want to say, oh, I'm a city council person, so I can fix this for you.
And we don't even know them. We've never talked to them. We're not hearing from them. So that's great. That's great. What, do you mind me asking you this? What did that, since you brought it up, running for DA of a city like Memphis, what did that teach you?
It taught me, oh goodness, it taught me a lot. It taught me that one of the biggest things, and that's why I decided to run again, and I did not think I would be running again, and especially not this soon. But it's not, for one, I learned that we have been burned so much by the systems that have been put in place to protect, to help, to serve, that we have we have a bad taste in our mouth when it comes to people stepping out to serve, but we also have a distrust, and in all of our systems, the criminal justice system, in the government, the way money is spent, there's a distrust, which has eventually led to disengagement. And when you look at our voter turnout, it is extremely low. We have 20 to 30% voter turnout in our elections.
Wow, that's low.
Right. And so you hear people say, let's get more people registered to vote. And what I learned when I was running is we got a lot of people registered to vote.
That's not the problem.
Vote.
Right. That's not the problem.
And what became scary to me is that the people who were voting, when you look at the numbers, it's mostly African-American women over 50 years old. And so what are we going to do when these people go on to glory? You know, who's going to say it's important for us to vote? But I believe it actually starts with people like me who, you know, for me, this is a sacrifice. I don't, you know, and I don't know where the misconception comes from. You're going to make this big money and do these things. I'm like, I have a law practice.
Right. That you make good money in, right, and you're stepping aside.
Well, I'm still going to practice law. I still get to practice law. But, of course, it's going to take it's going to time.
It's time. It's your time.
Right. It's going to be a huge sacrifice of my time.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and I try to explain that to people that I'm not running because I need you to know my name. I'm not running because I need something from this position. I'm not running because I need a space to elevate myself. I'm running because I know that I have been very specially placed, and I've been very blessed to be able to have the experiences that I've had. And I know that I can make a difference. And I believe that that's a part of my service, like here on earth. That's what I'm supposed to do. And if I feel like there's some things that I can change, I have to step up and do it. And so that's why, you know, I decided to run.
That is amazing. And I just want to commend you for even running, for being brave enough, because I know you probably had a lot of people to say, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Do you think you can win? And I just want to give you your kudos for being, you know, strong enough, brave enough to take the chance to run for that. And people don't understand that we fail a lot more times than we succeed in business, in anything. But getting out there, putting your best foot forward, those are the things that matter, and leaving an impression. And you are definitely leaving an impression for women in this community.
Thank you.
And so I just want to thank you.
Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome. So what is next for you? What's next? What's coming up?
So this week we have a couple of fundraisers, but the most exciting thing is we have Big Memphis Day Party.
Tell us about Big Memphis.
So Big Memphis Day Party is something new. Like I just said, a lot of younger people don't vote, the millennials. And I said, okay, how do we change that? And so people will tell you, don't spend time on them. Don't spend money. Don't spend effort on them. Yeah, they do. They say, just don't do it because they're not coming out. And I said, well, I'm going to change that. And so what I did is I got a group of entrepreneurs, influencers, and just people who make up Big Memphis, doctors, lawyers, just all the people that we say, okay, this is somebody that is doing something positive in Memphis. And it's about a list of like 40 names.
Okay, add me to it. Look, 41.
We'll add you too. Because Tamiko Hart Williamson texted me yesterday and said, add me to the Big Memphis list. And so we really have been, for the first time ever, we have an invite that's been changing daily.
Yes, add Big Brooke to the Big Memphis list.
Okay, and so it's going to be at the Rocking Chair on 1542 Elvis Presley Boulevard, which is near Bellevue and Parkway. And I love this space because it's the old Hawaiian Isle, and it's so much history in this place.
In the area, absolutely.
And in this particular spot.
Okay.
And they have this beautiful Memphis mural that has the Memphis legends like painted all around the outside of it. And so I said, this is the perfect place to do Big Memphis for Janika Day Party. And as we started thinking more, we said, what else could we do? We're going to do a party bus. And it's going to be a party bus taking people to the polls to early vote because you can early vote on Saturday.
Oh, awesome.
And so we're going to leave the party, come out, hop on the party bus, keep partying.
And keep the party going.
And keep the party going.
I love it. So tell us again the date, the time, all of that.
This Saturday, September 16th.
Okay, September the 16th.
This Saturday, September 16th from 12 to 4 at the Rocking Chair, 1542 Elvis Presley Boulevard.
Well, I plan to be there. And so
if you want more information about it, you can go to my social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, with Threads.
Okay, that's the new
TikTok.
one.
Yeah, these are all.
So
those were even new to me. Janika White now. So it's just my name and you add now. Janika White now.
And those are all of your social media handles. The way that anybody can get in contact with you.
Janika White.
Perfect. Well, it was such a pleasure for you to take time and stop by. You are welcome. This is great information, guys. You really need to pay attention to the people that you are voting for. You really want people in office that are going to serve you. And so I want to remind you all about Brunch with Brooke. I am so excited about it. September the 24th. We have added entire part 2 that is going to be open to ladies and gentlemen. During that, Sharina Rowand is our speaker for the first part. For the second part, we have Mike McGee, and he is going to be open to a Q&A. So I'm telling you guys, the DJ is going to be there. Our host, Latoya Tennille, DJ Alpha Whiskey. We will have an open bar. This is going to be a series of great events that you do not want to miss. Go to my YouTube channel, Real Estate 101 with Brooke Boone. I am Brooke Boone. Subscribe, like, comment, do all of those things. And as always, I would love to be your realtor.